Grace, and I'm not sure what my phone's doing, and I forgot that I had updated it. It's got different little features, I guess. It's like, what? Yeah. But anyway, I always come out here. Try to always come out at least once a day. I'm one of those people who's more vulnerable. It's January 12th, 2022, and so I'm one that stays at home, and I try to get out of the house at least once, just to, if it is only to come sit in my SUV and make videos. And I don't go anywhere, but we just had our groceries delivered for the second time this time around. The last time was like 18 months. But we did go through drive-thrus after so many months. Started doing that, and anyway, I'm leaving out certain words, but yeah, this is how my life is. It's how my life is. And you know, one of the things I've been trying to keep busy, and I've been doing things to keep busy, a lot of different little projects, and went wild with it. You know, like you can go wild at home that way. Anyway, I think I kind of got burnt out on all that, and I did start recently watching I don't know what you would call it, except for One Major Scam, maybe? I don't know. I really don't, but it just seemed to me as one major scam. I'm not going to say what it is, but it was online over months. And some people would say, well, why didn't you report it, or why didn't you this or that? For one, speculation and no fact. But you know, do you know how it is whenever, I've been online since 1990, and it's gotten worse these past, I don't know how many years, overall, that people pull these scams on a variety of people, anybody really. Some of it's just anybody, and reporting them might get you. So that's what it comes down to. So we don't care if it's making us money. We don't care. You know, they don't say that, again, speculation of what they're thinking, but, you know, and I'm talking overall, not just one place or one area or one platform or whatever. But after years, you know, you kind of learn. I said 1990. You learn, nope, it's not going to. In my experience, that doesn't mean it's across the board, doesn't mean it would happen to everybody. None of this is like that. One size doesn't fit all. My experience is, it just doesn't matter. It has to be more of a community thing. It's my experience. I'm a social and behavioral scientist, taught at college and university, but online, yeah. And it's kind of, you know, to me, with this whole thing with the scam, you know, they take advantage, they exploit others for their own personal gain. Narcissism. I mean, to that, I can think of other things, but narcissism, yeah. And, you know, just abusive behavior, take advantage of innocent people. And some may not be that innocent, but, yeah. But like I said, over the years, and that's my experience, is report it so, you know, I mean, nobody's going to send you an email or whatever says so, but that's the feeling it has given me over the years. Is like they're just saying, oh well, yes, so, and but anyway, that's how it seems. It seems very narcissistic and on more than one count. And I'm not diagnosing anybody with any kind of personality disorder or anything. So, but it really, I watched it this time, and I felt actually physically ill during much of it. And then finally said, I gotta, you know, when you're around, you know, you watch trash happening, you know, filthy, trashy people that are, you know, this, to me, that's filth. It's people who take advantage and have no conscience, it seems like. None. They're out for themselves and don't care about what they're doing to other people. And then they justify why they're doing it. And some way, somehow they will justify and fool others that they will help them with that justification. And then others see it and they Um, yeah, and some of them are just hypocrites themselves, and they call the other ones hypocrites, and on and on and on, this kind of drama. And really, I made that decision that I have to really, it's been coming on in me, and I maybe even go through stages of it when I see once again such filth, bottom feeders, this kind of thing, that I say I gotta turn away from it and turn away something that's, more wholesome. And that's not a political word. It's wholesomeness. It's not people who are out to rip people off. I mean, to me, even watching the news, certain news channels, not just one variety. I'm an independent, so I'm not left or right. I'm independent of all that crap. But watching any of them, it's such a spin on everything. And I don't like that. I don't like when things are spun and when there's all this crap they put out there that has nothing to do with reality. It's just to make, people, it's a scam when it comes down to make people believe what the bull they're talking about, they're saying, so they can make more ads money, more commercial money, and keep some people wrapped up in their world when it's all lies. And I'm so tired of that, people exploiting other people, without any, soulless. Oh, it's just business. Well, no, that's not how I say just business. So, anyway, it would be no more news, less, and even just trying to find out about we need to know. There are things we need to know that's going on, and like what is going on since early 2020 here in the USA, and not just the USA, but when it started here, leaving out certain words. But we need to know more about that, and from the people who actually know what they're talking about, the actual voices of authority, not the BSers, not the ones spinning it, none of that, the real actual scientists, the actual ones, not the BSers, not the exploiters. But it's kind of hard because you have to, wait and see when they're going to do it, and then all the while hearing a bunch of crap. Oh, this person did that. I'm tired of that. I've been tired of it for a long while, and I want to hear news. I don't want to hear opinions. I want to hear news. I want to hear facts. I want to hear scientists speak on subjects that they need to speak on. I want to hear real reporting, not opinions, not commentaries, real opinions. Not real opinions, real facts. But all of it is just so much to me. The filth. I don't care what side you're on. I'm independent, like I said. I don't care. If I'm going to sit there and listen to somebody's crap, no. So try to find something that's, good, decent people. Good luck. I mean, I can remember when I was a child reading stuff, and I've mentioned this, I start writing these to keep myself busy. One of my projects was to write these little stories. I've been writing them for years, but, and making videos, rough drafts, recordings and making videos and stuff, and all this wrapped around all that. And, but many of my characters, the county that these people lived in, it was mainly good, decent people, okay? But, of course, will always be at least that one. That's the way I've always put it. There will always be at least that one, most often, not always, but most often. My stories do, have some of those narcissistic people, histrionic people like one of them, Diva. She's a big-time histrionic, and she calls herself Diva. It's a character, it's fictional, but that's what she calls herself. Anyway, it was something to keep my mind occupied and my brain actually working to think of these things. But every story I learned when I was a child, it has the bad, good versus evil. At least that one evil person. And watching, so I turned to shows, that, I'm busy doing these other things, but when I have that time, I want to watch something that's good, decent. and or just something overall different, not just totally filth, not total filth. Okay, some of the things I was watching, well, I went back at first. I think the first thing I did was like on Hulu and Netflix, whatever when it was on. The first one was Stargate. I watched almost all of those. I never finished any series, never. And another one. Then I turned to things like Downton Abbey, and I always thought it was Downtown, but no, it's Downton Abbey. And then I watched most of those. I think I left 3 of all those seasons. Yeah. And then let's see, what else? Oh, before that I watched, what's it called? Lark Rise to Candleford. That's pretty good. I left a couple of those, or 2 or 3. And after all those, it was, what's it called? Call the Midwife. I had watched a little bit of that before. I think I watched, except for the Lark Rise, I watched little bits of them before. And I'm almost finished with that one. The next season is questionable. Where is it going to be? It should already be somewhere, but couldn't find where. Anyway, left a few of those. Oh, no, actually 1, I think. And now I'm on one I had tried to watch before, more than once maybe, and just couldn't get the hang of it. But now I'm watching it. It's Heartland, and it seems pretty decent overall. So, but that's what my brain is saying. Just turn away from the dark. Totally. Walk away, stay away from the dark. Oh, these scammers, I'm serious. Just people they seem to think that that's business and that's hustling. And some of them, when I was saying one time before, hustle meant a totally different thing in my generation, but not really. Now some hustle, so when you gotta hustle, you have to hurry. Okay, you better hustle. And and I kept thinking maybe they're spelled different, and that's what the problem is. I'm thinking the same, or they're spelled the same, but I don't know. But anyway, they seem to think that's a combination of that, plus, like I think it was pool. You play shoot pool, and they were hustlers. Maybe it's a combination, for some people. They've combined the two. You know what I mean? Okay. Now, one of the things that it does bother me, and I've felt this way more than once, is feeling like a fish out of water. In the sense of, not being with, some people call it your own tribe, But yeah, feeling very different. Like I said, I'm independent. And very different than what, I think it's mainly when I see these kind of scam artists, these kind of BSers that are, you can make videos on various social media platforms, but you can see them on video and you watch them and you see the body language and all that, and the way that they're conning people and the master manipulators, and they're sometimes very vile people, all out for their own gain and not caring if they even take away somebody's living. The way to live, it's all about them to them, rather narcissistic. Some are very histrionic, very loud in their voice, their cackle, their appearance, their ways all around. And they're just loud. They have to be seen. And I wonder who this is walking behind me. But on the road, I don't know that person. So, real life happens in the middle of a video. But, yeah. I'm tired of that stuff. It's like, do I really want to have that filth in my house? That's how it kind of feels, if you start watching something and you're trying to keep up with what's going on, and it's very filthy. Their whole mindset is very filthy. I like that word lately. I don't think I've used it as much in my lifetime as I've used it lately. Instead of just calling them bottom feeders and the low lifes. I'm not saying low class, but it could be. but not everybody that's a low life is low class, you know. But low life forms, I mean, taking advantage of people, and they don't care who it is. They wouldn't care if somebody said, well, it's my last $10, but I'm sending it to you. Oh, thank you. If they even say thank you, they wouldn't care. They would not care. And now some of them will pick up on that kind of stuff and say, oh no, they make a big deal and say, oh no, you keep your money, don't. You know, so they'll look all loving and caring, you know, all communal narcissistic. You know, some will do that. But yeah, I mean, I think I'm glad that more and more information is coming out about narcissism. Now, I'm not happy with so many people diagnosing people. Like I say, I don't diagnose. I say that and read the disclaimer in the description box below this video on YouTube. But too many people are diagnosing one, and too many people are using it against someone just because they don't like that person, or they, you know, sometimes people who are narcissistic, some of them see somebody's insulting them when the person's not insulting them, you know. So some people who are narcissistic will say, call the other person and right away narcissistic. You see, because they felt that what some people call narcissistic injury, and they go into narcissistic rage. But they do that when they are that. You know, they play the victim and all this stuff. But some people will do that to try to smear the other person. You know, do the whole smear campaign and all that. And I'm so tired of all this stuff. Although I have a channel, that's what I do, and I have done for. It's coming up to 7 years on that channel. Yeah. Made videos about basically toxic people. But I'm so tired of it. How many times am I going to say I'm tired of it? I know I had a video at one time, and the person it wasn't on YouTube. I put it on a different one. They weren't sure it was me or what. And they said, I can't stand it when people repeat themselves. You know, some people are just used to the 28-second commercial, and they want everything jam-packed into that 28 seconds. Did I say 28 minutes? 28 seconds commercial, and that's all they want. If it's not smaller, they can pack a whole commercial into 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Some now, they want it all summed up to be a commercial or an ad. Yeah, but you know, I kind of worry about that too. People they think they're getting all their knowledge in 4 seconds on something. And when you get down to it, they want something summed up in, say, 28 seconds. You know, about when somebody's talking about, say, narcissism or toxic people. You know, wow. I have a lot I can say about that. Really. But I don't know. I think I probably should go in and start thinking about what I'm going to have for supper. I made a really lousy kind of burrito. Well, it's not lousy, it's just easy burrito stuffer. But I can't eat bread or, you know, anything like that. I shouldn't eat it. And plus, it does make me like flour tortillas and anything with flour. Yeah, it causes my waist to expand. I mean, not to expand, but to swell up. Yeah, I know. Anyway, so it's basically hamburger meat and a can of jalapeno pinto beans fried up. And then, now if I went all the way with it, it would be to add that plus onions and whatever else, you know. I usually just, sometimes I use onions or what, and put them in flour tortillas. Bake them and put some shredded cheese on top, like the Mexican style. If you have that there in Texas, we have it called Mexican style. So cheese blend. Put that on top, you know, whatever else a person likes, and make burritos. Tastes great to me. But I learned it from one of my sisters from when she was young. She was many years ago. She worked in a Tex-Mex restaurant. It was one of those mom and pop kind of things. And they added a can of what is it? Ranch style beans, I think. And the ranch style beans were crushed or smushed. What do you call it? But the other ones weren't. The jalapeno pinto beans. Okay, if you can't handle that, yeah. Or any of it. If you're allergic to any of this, I'm not a dietitian. I'm not any of those things. I'm just a person who makes it. I'm not telling you you should. But it's fast, easy. You know, salt, pepper to taste, season to taste, whatever. I don't usually put salt on anything. I wish I could find some that were sodium free. And yeah, I can't eat anything with that sea salt. I wish I knew what the difference was between sea salt and regular salt. If it has anything to do with salt, or it's smoked these days, when they season it in some kind of sodium, whatever it is, mix, whatever, no, that causes me to have problems. Yeah, I just noticed that. I just can't. So, and but anyway, that was a quick meal. I just didn't bake it because I can't eat flour tortillas, and just had some beans and hamburger meat, ground up hamburger meat, and fried up, and the beans with them after they're all fried. But I don't know what I'm gonna have for supper. I don't even go to drive-thrus now because they say this is so easy to catch, and I don't need that. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's just a bit of my usual stream of consciousness videos, as much as it can be. I'll talk to you on another video. Bye.